all that under the same umbrella. So, as you know, I have a guest each week to chat about their story. So, let's meet today's special guest. Today's guest is a patron of Aim Higher, and she's in the studio with me. It's the one, the only NICOLA Robinson. Hello, NICOLA.
Hello.
Welcome along.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Just been very busy.
So, would you like to tell me a little bit about Aim Higher then?
Yeah.
And what it's about and how you started your love for disabilities and autism within the Aim Higher charity?
Yeah, so we've been going 9 years now. We set up the charity 9 years ago. Myself and Jill Jagger, the other patron, both had children with autism and other comorbid conditions. So we just felt we needed to do something to help our family plus other families as well. So we set up 9 years ago, and it's just gone from strength to strength. We're actually a registered charity as well.
Nice. And what's your favourite part about being on doing things with the charity as well?
My favourite thing is just watching relationships and watching children that have come to us and had lots of barriers, but we slowly see them barriers coming down and really flourishing. That's certainly my favourite part of it.
Yeah, and what would you what how did it all begin for you as well?
So my son was diagnosed at 5 with autism, and he was pre-verbal, so he didn't have much language till he was 7. So unfortunately, he sort of found different ways to communicate, which were always appropriate within the school setting. So he found school very challenging. So I ended up homeschooling him because it was getting so difficult. And then I took the local authority to court and got my place at the local special school.
Yeah, and how did that process come about, and how did your how did you have the autism traits? What are the traits of autism that you noticed first of all?
Yeah, well, at first I wasn't aware of any different traits, but when he went for his first 2 year checkup, the lady noticed a few differences in him. He wasn't showing brilliant eye contact. When he was using pens, he was using his palms. He didn't engage very much. So it was sort of flagged up then really. Then obviously as soon as he got to nursery, them differences, he didn't like to play with toys, he liked to play with different items other than his peers in his class. He really struggled to sit still and concentrate, and would do things like instead of play with the toys, he would tip up prams to spin the wheels, and he had real repetitive behaviours.
How did it make you feel, the battle against getting the diagnosis at the time?
Really, really tough, and that's why it's so important for our charity, because it is getting better, but it's really, really tough, and the waiting list is so long, and it can be such a scary, it can be such a lonely place when you're waiting for that diagnosis. Again, we don't expect anybody to have a diagnosis.
And what is your favourite part about being a part of the Aim Higher charity? Would you like to see more people join your Aim Higher family, as they say?
Yeah, I mean, we've got nearly 800 members now. We do a lot of fundraising. We've just got national lottery funding, which is really good for us because that helps us sort of have a clearer future. But we are big on doing our own fundraising as well, because we think it's really important for our families to get involved to raise money for the charity as well. And we just want it to be full of different events. So we do events for children, young people that would struggle in normal circumstances. So for example, in the 6 weeks holidays, we've got loads of different events, but it'll be shut to the public and just open for our charities, so children can feel really safe and included, and then not in a non-judgmental environment as well, really. And being surrounded by people that just get it and understand each other is the biggest form of support.
Nice. And what's it like, and how do you rate your journey from getting the diagnosis to setting up the charity to the charity being a success now. How do you feel about all that, and are you proud of a lot of your members?
Extremely proud. We've come so far. We celebrate with things like a charity ball every year to sort of celebrate all our successes. We have a talent show as well, because again we really like to raise positivity around neurodivergence, because there is a lot of positivity, and I think we just need to keep remembering that and spreading the word, and having a much safer, inclusive environment.
Yeah, and it's brilliant at what you do, and keep at it what you do. But now we're going to play one of your favourite tracks. We're going to chat to you a little bit after Ed Sheeran as I'm here on Talking Heads, right here on your favourite. This is Talking Heads right here on your favourite station. Right, we're still here with Nicola. We're going to chat about the events that you do with Smile and Kids, the other charities in the area. So Nicola, tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we do loads of events throughout the year. Some we do regular events, and we do one-offs. It really depends on what people are into. So we do. We've got 2 trips. We're going to Polar Express and Water Valley this year. So we take 200 people, which is really, really important to us, because some families don't have these experiences. So that's really important. We do swimming every Friday as well. We have inclusive swimming at Halton Price, which is close to the public and open just for our charity. We've got soft play as well. We do lots of soft play events, Welton Waters. And then we finish off the year with a charity ball, which is really nice, because we do lots with the children all year round, but it is great to celebrate with the parents as well. And it's a time for everybody to put their hair down, get dressed up, and have a good old knees up, really, and celebrate the success.
Yeah, that's brilliant. What would you like to see within the events, and who and what is your favourite event you like to go to?
I would say mine's probably the talent show, because Jill and I just cry all the way through it every year, because it is absolutely amazing. So that's probably my favourite, if I'm honest. We love working with the other charities and groups, like you mentioned, with Kids and Smile. We do work with other charities as well, and it's great to set up a inclusive community.
Nice, and it's good what you do, and keep at it, and it's brilliant what you do. And what would you like to see in the future, and have you got a message? Because I know you're a charity, and I've had a few other people on. Have you got a message for any people? I know Emma Hardy does a lot for SEN. Have you got a message for any other governmental ministers about what the way autism diagnoses are going at the moment, and what would you like to say to them as a message now?
We need to be listened to. As parents, we really, really need to be listened to, because there's so many scares of this being caught, EHCPs being caught. These are lifelines for our family, and our kids deserve a good future, and that means starting from the playground. And it's really important that the government just listen to parents, and let's see how we can help them shape the future for our young people, and just listen to us a bit more and get down with the people that really matter.
Yeah, and it needs to be improved, because our government don't seem to, I'm not saying this nastily, I'm going to say it in the nicest possible way, care about the SEN, because I know Emma Hardy was one of the people who preached on about it.
Yeah, and it all comes down to money, unfortunately, which we totally get. But the education system is not really set up nowadays for the likes of children that are having these barriers. So I think we need to look at how the education system can be more inclusive to SEND also.
Will you keep preaching that message that SEN barriers are important? Will you keep signalling that message and keep getting it across?
Absolutely, to my last breath.
Excellent. This is Talking Heads, and we're still here with Nicola. So We're going to chat a little bit about what the charity does and how it helps people with their disabilities and how it puts a smile on people's faces. So Nicola, would you like to tell me more about how it helps people and puts smiles on their faces?
Yeah, so at some of our events we put reasonable adjustments in place for children to be able to enjoy it. So like the soft play is over 3 hours. Quite often we've met children in the car park and helped them come in to, if it's a really busy place, or we have a free 0 to 5 group every Wednesday at Halton Price. And we have one little boy that gets a bit overwhelmed with how loud it is, so we let him come 5 minutes early, and he helps us turn the bouncy castles on so that he gets used to that noise and it's not so overwhelming for him. And we found just little things like that can really make a difference.
Nice, and it's brilliant what you're doing, and you should keep it up, and you should keep breaking the records and keep doing what you're doing, and because there's still lots of people out there who do struggle with their nerves. I admit I have autism, autism spectrum disorder, and I struggle with social situations, and I just enjoy being in a radio studio one-to-one with people, and that helps my nerves, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. We also do drop-ins as well, so like this morning I've been on Grapefield, where people can pop in for a coffee and a chat with the children if they're not at school or if they've been homeschooled or anything. People just pop in for a coffee and a biscuit, and we have the same on a Friday in Hull City Centre, just like a bit of support so people can just drop in with any questions, or sometimes it's just to have a friendly face to talk to and put the wells to rights.
And do you get these stories like, oh, I haven't been listened to by others and I need you to listen, or is it just a friendly ear sometimes?
A bit of both. I mean, I was just on a holiday for a week in the Lake District, and that we have a 24-hour phone line, and this lady rang, and at the end of the conversation she said to me, "Thank you, you're the first person that's actually listened to me." You know, so just hearing them words give her a bit of empowerment, and you know, and that's exactly what we wanted.
Nice. And what's that like? And is it nice, like, and what's it like when you feel like that? And what's your biggest success story so far? And what's the story that's touched your heart so far?
We had a lady came to us quite a number of years ago, and she came to one of our support meetings. She brought her mum with her because she was struggling herself so much. After about half an hour, she said to her mum, "You can leave now," which meant she felt safe. Now this lady went on to, she's got 2 children who are both on the spectrum, and has gone on to have another child with Down syndrome, and this lady fights for everything. Her confidence is through the roof. She's doing amazing, and we look at her sometimes and see the change in her over the years, and it's just having support around you and people listening. And she's now been diagnosed herself, so she's been able to recognise it in herself and get herself some support as well, and she's flying. She's really is putting life in perspective.
And yeah, and as I say, during COVID, I've had a few people who have been on during COVID who have attacked the powers that be about their support during COVID. And what was that like during COVID? Did you have the support you all needed, or was
Not
it hard?
really. It was very difficult. We did a few things in COVID. We did some mental health boxes where we went out and delivered those because we was desperate to be able to reach out to our supporters. We also did a music video that's on YouTube, and we did it from home, so the children did a bit of a song and we put it all together and we put it out there because and that was to raise awareness on National Autism Day, and we just felt it was still really important to touch base with our people.
Yeah, I agree, and it's good that you're touching base, and we're going to play one of your members' favourite tracks, and it's Reach by S Club 7 right here on Talking Heads, right here on your favourite. This is Talking Heads right here on your favourite station, and that was Reach. by S Club 7. So Nicola, why was that song important to you and your members?
Yeah, because we love the song because, for one, it's really uplifting and it's talking about reaching for the stars and aiming higher, really. We did a music video a couple of years back to the song where all the children came and we had a really good party and we got it all videoed and we all sang to it, and we had mascots and it was just really lovely, and it is available on YouTube to see.
Nice. And what did that mean to you doing that video? And was it an emotional video to watch for you and your members?
Definitely. And if we're ever at a party or we ever go on karaoke, we always put that song on and guaranteed to fill the dance floor.
Nice. One of my songs that makes me smile due to my autism is one of my favourites, U2, Where the Streets Have No Name, from 1987, the Joshua Tree album, where they did it. The music video was where they did it on a top of a building in LA, I think. Yeah, and it resonates for you, doesn't it? It just resonates for me. And what music video does the S Club 7 music video resonate to your members? Yeah,
more the sound rather than the actual video, but the song for sure. And the kids love to see themselves on TV. They think they're famous quite often. Even if we do anything on our Facebook page or anything, the kids love to see themselves.
That I don't like television, that's why I do radio. So and also, how does it help your members with self-confidence and self-esteem?
Yeah, it helps them a lot, and I think it helps because they feel included in everything we do. So, we're a charity that really, really empower our parents and the children to be involved and stand up and be counted.
Nice, and it's brilliant what you guys do in that. And what would you like to see in about 10 years' time improved within the autism setup?
Schools, I'd like to see schools have more training and be able to help our young people stay within mainstream schools as well as special schools. I think there is scope for our children to be in all different types of environments, and I think it's really important that more training is given. So if the government could spend more money in training for teachers and school staff, that would definitely be a massive thing we'd like to see.
Nice, and it's good at what you do and stuff. And what is your favourite part about being at an event, and do you get lots of hugs from members?
Oh yes, definitely. That's definitely my favourite. We have a set of twins who are 5, and quite often Mum will send us a video because they get up every morning and say, Nicky Jill, and it's so lovely, and we get massive cuddles off them every time we see them.
And locally, as we know, you also did a few months ago walk across the Humber Bridge. What was that about?
Yeah, so that was to raise awareness on National Autism Day. There was about 60 of us that walked across the Humber Bridge, children and adults, and we had a dinosaur as well, and that was really, really nice. And we got all the lorries bibbing as we went by, and we got lots of support for that as well, plus raise money as well, which is always important as being a charity.
Nice. And do you enjoy being part of the charity, and what is the best bit about doing all your charity work?
I think it's empowering others, definitely. And even for my son, sometimes I say, if it weren't for us, really, the charity wouldn't exist. So he knows how important it is. So for him to see me do something about a situation, I think it's really important. It's okay that we sit there and moan or complain about things, but unless we do something to change it, nobody else is going to. So it's about people power and coming together to make a difference.
And do you hope more members will join in a few years? And how many members would you like by the end of this year, say, for example?
Oh, that's a tough one. We're nearly at 800 at the moment. So each week we grow, so it's really important, and people keep spreading the word. But yeah, definitely in the thousands, it'd be lovely.
And what would your message be to anybody who wants to join?
Yeah, even just it's really easy. There's a real short form on our website that you can just go in and fill some basic information in, and that's held securely. And then people will get a newsletter after that each month, which will give you a breakdown of all the events we've got planned. And you can go on our Facebook page. We're really active on Facebook, all the social media sites, and plus we have a website which is www.aimhighcharity.com.
And which we'll promote in the links later on as
Thank
well.
you.
And also, would you like to say anything about the autism charity and who would you like to say thank you to?
Everybody really. I know that's a bit cliche, but I think all our supporters are absolutely amazing. Everybody that raises money for us, anybody that comes out and watches our events, or anybody that attends events, everybody that fundraise for us. We could not do this without them. And I also think our own families, because there has been a lot of commitment running a charity. It's not easy. So I think we owe a big thank you to our families as well for being patient with us when we're stood on a field doing events on a Sunday when we could be out doing other things.
And what's your I've already asked this, but what's your but I'm going to ask it in a different form. What's your greatest achievement for Aim Higher, and what would you like to achieve, and what would you like to, as the no pun intended, reach for?
Well, I did jump out of an aeroplane last year, so that was a pretty proud moment of mine, really, because I'm not great with heights. But again, I spend every day of my life encouraging others to aim higher, so I thought, well, I needed to aim higher. I needed to prove that anything is possible if you put your mind to it.
And have you got any more massive stunts lined up? No.
Yeah, we have got one in the pipeline. Then this weekend I'm doing the Yorkshire Peaks. There's 20 of us doing the Yorkshire Peaks this weekend, so that's pretty big as well.
And how's the training going?
Not too bad, but I broke my thumb, so I'm panicking a bit because I haven't got much feeling left in it. So hopefully it will all be good. But it's about the experience. It's about people coming together, and we'll really enjoy it.
And we'll hear more from you after this. Talking Heads right here on your favourite station. And we're still here with Nicola. So, Nicola, what would you like to say about the charity, and what is the best bit about being a part of an established community? And do you consider yourself a family these days, a big family?
Absolutely, we're a massive family, and people have always got our backs, and same likewise as well. And the amount of people that put us forward for things, for awards, or we'll tell people all about us. And it's even the other day somebody said, I was at school and I heard somebody talking about AMI in the playground, and just things like that. It's really nice, and it makes all the hard work worth it.
Nice. And how does it feel when people are talking about Aim Higher on the news, sometimes on the radio, on the TV, and in the newspaper? How does that make you feel?
Oh, it makes us feel really, really proud, because we are really proud of what we've achieved.
And what do you like to talk about with your members, and what's the most popular thing they like to talk about, and what have you learned about from your members that you didn't know before?
Yeah, we're always learning, really, and obviously my son's 21 nearly now, and things are changing, and we see changes in attitudes, changes in wording of conditions, so it's really nice to sort of be involved in that and see how things are developing and changing, some for the best, some not for the best. But it's still equally as important.
Yes, and it's brilliant. And what do you what's your favourite bit about being at the events, and does everybody come up to you and chat to you at the
definitely.
events?
Everybody laughs because I love to talk, and yeah, events is definitely a big part of it for me because I'm quite a social person and I love to talk. And at the weekend I was actually at a children's party that was nothing to do with anything that I'd been invited, and I found it incredibly hard because I just wanted to take over and, you know, make it inclusive and talk to everybody, and I had to keep reminding myself, no, Nicola, it's not one of your events, it's somebody else's. So.
Did anyone come up to you and recognise you?
Oh, yeah, we get recognised all the time. The amount of times, when I did the Yorkshire Picks last year, there was actually somebody on one of the mountains that recognised us, and it was incredible. So yeah, definitely.
Nice. And how does that feel when people come up to you?
Oh, it makes us feel famous.
And what's your favourite story you've heard over the years, and what story has put a smile on your face over the years?
Well, there's been so many, to be fair, but we had one recently where a child had been out of education for quite a while, and then come to a lot of events and got empowered, and now he's just started university, which was amazing because this young man had been to a lot of our youth clubs and things and had been quite quiet and withdrawn, and we actually noticed that he was starting to open up and talk more and become more confident, and then he stopped sort of coming to the youth club, and we reached out to mum to make sure everything was okay, and she said, oh no, he started university, he'd gone away, and she thanked us and said, you know, everything we'd done had really helped his confidence, and she was adamant that it helped him go to university.
Nice. And are you looking forward to is the future bright for Aim Higher then?
Definitely, the future's very bright. We're not going anywhere. We've still got so much more we'd like to do, and there's so much that can be done, and we're just going to keep doing it.
Nice. And do you enjoy doing what you do?
Yes, I wouldn't do anything else now. I think this is my calling in life.
Brilliant. And it's good what you do, and we'll hear the last little bits from you after this. This is Talking Heads, and I'm still here with Nicola, so thank you for coming in today, Nicola.
You're welcome.
And what's your final message, and could you tell us how to connect with the best way to interact with Aim Higher?
Absolutely. So my message to everybody out there now would be to reach out. Don't be at home worrying about things. Always reach out to somebody that can either support you or signpost you in the right direction, or sometimes just having to chat with somebody that's been through things is massively important. But don't ever be embarrassed or ashamed that you need some extra support, and you can always get us on www.aimhighercharity.co.uk, or we have a telephone line or 01482 425 111, or you can catch us on any of our social media sites from Facebook to LinkedIn to even TikTok.
Nice. And that's good, and thank you for coming in today. And this has been Talking Heads with me, Ben Lister, right here on your favourite station. Do join me, same time, same place next time, and keep it Talking Heads. Thank you to you all. Thank you to you for joining me, and remember, keep it Talking Heads. Be out, and that's a wrap. Bye bye.